George Orwell's book 1984 shows a negative picture of the government, a government that controls everything and controls people's minds and makes people believe what it wants. It's a territory of the superstate Oceania in a universe of interminable war, ubiquitous government reconnaissance, and open control directed by a political framework metaphorically named English communism, or ingsoc in the legislature's designed dialect, newspeak, under the control of a special internal gathering inner party that mistreats all individualism and autonomous thinking as thought crimes. Big Brother and the government justify their bad rule in the name of the best interests of its citizens. Thus they are collectivist. The protagonist, Winston Smith, who works at the Ministry of Truth confidentially, despises the party and Big Brother, which clearly shows that he has an independent mind. These ports characters of individualism. Smith also have fallen in love with Julia, which shows that both of them possess the right to own their own life, and they know their rights. Julia has had illegal love affairs and uses sex for fun and rebellion. Smith, approaches O'Brien, a high-level affiliate of the inner party, considering him associated with the Brotherhood, Goldstein's conspiracy against Oceania, Big Brother, so the party. Originally, he looks like such, specifically in providing Winston a version of Goldstein's outlawed book, which O'Brien states reveal the true, totalitarian characteristics of the society the party founded in Oceania. Full membership to the Brotherhood necessitates studying and understanding the philosophy and practice of oligarchical collectivism, the exact title of the book. This shows that O'Brien, though as the police, would like Smith to know the truth and free his mind from the oppression of the government, thus individualism is also portrayed here. Winston Smith, the principal character of the story and the creator, reveals to us 1984's reality through his eyes. The eyes of a level-headed and deepest man that knows his standards. He detests the party, however he is likewise a terrified and suspicious individual, practically unhelpful to party's power. This shaky status concerns likewise the look of Winston. He is a meager and delicate man, and he has a varicose vein on his leg. He is a minor part of the party. Smith is the human man who uses his own head and has his own principles regardless of what Big Brother induces to them, and loves freedom. Just like Smith, Julia, he doesn't like the party, but she all has a different personality from Smith. She's pragmatic, who tries to live a present life and does not worry about the problems facing the society, and gets pleasure by cheating the party, where she is an active member with small crimes. O'Brien gives off the impression of being in like manner to be crazy for his behavior and for some particular centers, he says. I envision that he could be seen as a picture of autocracy's frenzy, and his work could be seen as the incredible trial to have a solitary liberation, a recovery and such a social request. All absolutisms are indigent upon the independent liberation of the world class molding the choice government, a recuperation that could be gotten simply by strategy for the annihilation of other fair men. ingsoc does this, yet the most exceedingly awful normal for this dystopian world is that people do not have any more the probability to counteract dictatorship. ingsoc makes them outwardly hindered, and limitlessly makes them happy. Playful to love Big Brother, that is the thing that Winston, pulverized, will think at the end of the book. He is brainwashed by the system and does not have an independent thought. This may be having a psychological disorder. Both operant and classical conditioning can be seen to be occurring in society. Operant conditioning is the use of force to induce behaviors in individuals. The omnipresent government and the use of surveillance camera to monitor the citizen makes the society live in fear and hence behave according to what the government wants. Arrest and torture of Smith by O'Brien make him confess what he has done and what he has not done, and he sees 2 + 2 = 5, hence he could see whatever the party wanted him to see. On the other hand, Julia has fallen in love with Smith and even leaves him a note written "I love you," and even goes further and had sex with him, thus involuntary response, hence classical conditioning is evident. Winston Smith and Julia have emotions towards each other and motivation that one day that the society will become free from the oppression of the government, and that is why they join the rebellion Brotherhood and be against the party. A social class also plays important role in this. It's the members of the middle class, outer party, consume low-quality foodstuffs and luxuries while the general public lives in absolute poverty. In contrast, members of an inner party life in clean flats with well-stocked foodstuffs, such as wine and sugar, which are not accessible by the general public. Hence they would like to bring equality in the society. The pearls live in poverty and are subject to pornography and betting, which they are not paid. This translates to malnutrition due to lack of food. There is inequality in the social classes, which lead to psychological stress that later leads to deteriorating health plus high mortality. Another effect of income inequality that is evident in this society is that it leads to stress, frustration, increased levels of criminal violence and homicide. All measures of character cognition are measures of execution on some undertaking. To dependably gauge abilities from assignments, it is important to institutionalize for motivators, exertion, and different aptitudes when measuring any specific ability. Character is an aptitude, not an attribute. At any age, character abilities are stable crosswise over diverse errands, yet attitudes can change over the life cycle. Character is formed by families, schools, and social situations. Ability advancement is an element process, in which the early years establish the framework for effective financing in later years. Due to the social classes in the society and the inequalities in the classes, character cognition is affected and mental abilities of the characters are adversely affected. Orwell, 1949.
Reference, Orwell, G. 1949.
1984. Canada, HarperCollins.